Lots of excitement there. Here, closer to home, Western Washington, we can expect some windy conditions later on today.
We definitely do, and it's going to get breezy around parts of Puget Sound, more areas around Hood Canal. I don't want to undersell that, but what's going to happen out along the north coast, parts of northern interior, that's the area that we're really keeping an eye on for.
Yeah, you can see the camera shaking because it's starting to pick up.
It is starting to pick up, and it's only been over the past hour or two. So we're going to see those winds pick up, and it's mainly going to be an afternoon event for us. So those winds are going to crank up, and then they're going to start to weaken as we go later on into the evening. So that's through this afternoon. Our first alert weather event for today, gusty southerly winds helping to perhaps bring a few power outages. Again, those key spots are going to be out across the north coast and areas of northern interior where we could see the higher chances of that happening, as well as maybe seeing some down limbs here and there. Let's speak of some of those stronger winds we've already seen here throughout the earlier part of the day. 54-mile-per-hour gust out of Ilwaco at our school net site there, and that was just around 10 a.m. this morning. And now we're starting to see some of those gusty winds pick up with some of the chop that you see on the water. You can see the camera kind of shaking here in Bellingham. Cloudy skies. We're going to get some rain, but it looks like a lot of the rain shadowing will keep us from seeing much of the rain at all. While out here right along the south coast, Westport, we got the rain coming down. Breezy, but a lot more of the wind going to be farther north across the north coast. Here in Seattle, our winds starting to pick up a little bit. We're up to around 9 miles per hour after this morning, being closer to around 5. We're seeing the rain coming down. We're at 44 degrees. A lot of our temperatures in the lower to mid 40s, upper 40s as you go farther south around Tacoma and in Olympia. Numbers won't be changing a whole lot, especially with that south wind keeping the milder air in place, not only just for today, but also as we head into the night. Now let's get back into the wind. You can see those winds coming from the south, around 20 already around Olympia and Shelton, 15 to 20 out along the coast. These are your sustained winds. It doesn't include those quick bursts of winds that you see sometimes. And then starting to notice some of these winds picking up around Camano and Whidbey Island, getting up across the San Juan Islands as well. So these will continue to pick up here over the next couple of hours as we see the main event of this windstorm start to come on through. Now out along the coast, you can see those gusts around 32 miles per hour, 33 in Shelton. They're starting to become a lot more noticeable. Even up here around Oak Harbor, we're at 45, while down in Olympia, we're at 46. So get ready for more of those type of numbers to be around as we go on into your 2-3 o'clock hour. Now the satellite radar picture is showing some of these showers moving on by. Areas generally of light rain coming through. Not going to be a big event as far as rain is concerned. You can see a little more of that too beginning to move through parts of South Sound and going down the I-5 corridor. But this system, as this starts to work its way into British Columbia, it'll take some of the wind with it. We still have some active weather on into the rest of the weekend behind it. As you can see, more systems lined up, but they will be weaker ones. Now as far as the winds, we have advisories out for parts of Puget Sound, Hood Canal, all the way up to Skagit County. This will be until later on this evening for some of those gusts closer to 45. This also includes the south coast. The north coast, where I think we are going to get hit the hardest, will be up until later on this afternoon, where we can see some of those gusts closer to 60 with this high wind warning that is out. And then also up here across the San Juan Islands and parts of northern interior for Whatcom County, we'll see some of the stronger winds. But I think, again, right here, the north coast will be the main spot hit, especially with the south winds coming in, kind of going up against the terrain instead of going parallel to the coast. So looking at the winds, you can see those gusts start to pick up a little more as we go later on into this afternoon and into this evening. Tonight, we start to see them come down a little bit around 30 to 40 miles per hour, and we'll see areas here closer to Puget Sound also begin to see some of those winds come down just a bit more as well. 52 for a high tomorrow after topping off at 54 today. We'll see highs in the upper 40s with more off and on showers Sunday and Monday. Better chances again on Tuesday. We'll see partly cloudy skies and stay dry by next Thursday. We'll be back.